world. Welcome to the counselor's office. If you're returning or you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, the counselor who give you guidance on critical thinking and keep you from being a pay piggy to the greedy gaming corpo overlords. Yeah. Listen, I've got good news. I've got bad news. Now, which one would you prefer to hear first? What will you choose? Thumbs up. I'm picking for you anyways. Bad news first. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh my God. Get to the main point of the videos. Why don't you fondle my balls? How about you do that, Negative Nelly? Fondle thy balls. I'm going to do what I want. It's my channel. Anyway, so for the past month, I've had rendering issues. A 45-minute edit would take 10 hours to render. So I missed out on a lot of videos that I have been wanting to put for the channel and do something unique and creative, doing stuff. Nah, I can't do that. So now you're probably noticing this video might be a little more zesty than normal. That's because I fixed the issue finally. And I want to, you know, edit and do something because that's also something I said I would try to do more of. Yay. Now, the other bad news. Yes, we got more. Suck it up, Buttercup. I totally failed my promise of trying to do other video games and streaming more over the summer. But I've got to be honest, I lied. Because I've been too busy doing bullshit like this. Yeah, I spent 2 days, maybe 5 hours, multiple times, multiple LFGs trying to fling freaking Invader Zim back into space. So that was not actually the best use of my time, but yay.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I got new internet, which you would think that sounds like a good thing, but it wasn't because it sucks. I've never had fiber optics, so I bought fiber optics. 5 gigs. Exciting, right? 5 gigs. And, you know, it's kind of funny because to my surprise, everyone, you know, the guy that came by to tell me that they were offering fiber optics was surprised. He kept on saying 1 gig, like, you want 5 gigs? Like, yeah, we'll give me 5 gigs. It's like, you sure? It's like, well, it's cheaper than what I'm paying right now, the internet that's not fiber optics. And he's like, okay. Then the tech that came and installed it, it's like, man, 5 gigs, huh? Like, yeah, that you could power the whole damn neighborhood with that. I'm like, cool. That means I shouldn't have any issues, right? Well, the surprise is, you know, one of the bad things is my computer can't handle 5 gigs. None of them can, because I had no idea that only specific, like, up-to-date motherboards can handle that fast of a speed. I didn't know. I wanted to download 300 gigs in 2 seconds, and, you know, that didn't happen. So... But that's not the worst part. I've had the internet for 3 days, and for 3 days the internet keeps crashing. The first day after the tech left, later that night it crashed. Today it crashed 3 times. It gave me the red light of death. I thought I was looking up Xbox. And the support was like, do this, do this, do this. I'm like, okay. 30 minutes in, nothing. She's like, you know what? We're just gonna send a tech over. Thank you. So yeah, I learned that you have to have the Ethernet ports that can actually handle on your motherboard that can handle, you know, 5 gigs. Something that wasn't taught to me in computer class. Thanks, Obama. Anyways, if you want good news, stick to the end. We spent 4 minutes on this intro, and it's more personal. If you don't like it, well, you can fondle my balls. They're there. They're free. I'll make sure they're nice and sweaty and salty for you when you want to fondle them. Now we are back. What an intro, right? I told you, a little zesty, didn't I? We are going to react to a article by Paul Tassi. That's right, the Tassi man. Sony's Destiny 2 Obliteration has almost no precedent in the industry. I know I'm a couple days, a day or two over, but I don't care. I'm going to react to it anyways. Fans are still angst that Destiny 2 has reached the end of service, with the game not just wrapping up its content updates, but also any level of support, with no more bounce patches or even hot fixes to come. Aside from one or two urgent ones, the Destiny 2 team is sitting around doing nothing, waiting for upcoming layoffs, but the entire thing remains bizarre. Now, this is an interesting note on Twitter that they talked about the fact that there's not going to be actually, do anything to support. They're just going to do maintenance and that's it. Not small quality of life bug fixes. Like if something is breaking the Crucible, they said specifically DMG that they would just disable it. Which, depending on what breaks, if it's a gun that you really enjoy, you may just never be able to use it, or a perk or something and it's just disabled in Crucible or in some kind of content. Like imagine some really fun gun that you could use. Like let's say Still Hunt. Hunters, you love Still Hunt. Well, it's broken. Yeah, they're not going to fix it. They're just going to disable it. You can't use it in raids anymore. Well, that kind of sucks. I found myself thinking about whether this has ever happened before in the industry. A long-running live game like this not only being axed, but the IP being totally shelved, despite being such a high-profile series. In this case, a real genre innovator. I have found practically nothing that compares to what Sony and Bungie leadership are doing to Destiny here. A few examples, but ones that don't quite reach the same level, would be Marvel Heroes Omega. I have never heard of. Is that like Omega, like a season? I've never heard of this game before. I know they did that offshoot game, the Marvel Avengers game, that was supposed to be kind of like Destiny, but it was like really heavily monetized and it wasn't even good. Like I heard that people enjoyed the game, but it was just there's so many issues with it, which is why it went end of. Marvel Heroes, the game ran from 2013 to 2017, only 4 years. And it was killed because Disney cut off its relationship with its developer. But this is Marvel, so obviously that IP was never going to die in the gaming space. Yeah, that's a problem. That's why I generally don't like when games do collabs with other like again, Marvel. Like if Destiny did like a collab with Marvel, which they did technically with Star Wars. That content. Like how like I want to know that Renegades, I guess, is inspired, so technically they couldn't like remove Renegades, but I wonder if like Disney was like, that's too similar, you've got to take it out. Are they just going to axe a DLC? Like I don't know. I know we're getting off topic, but that's something I'm thinking ahead of time because Bungie's not going to do any fixes. So if Marvel, Disney have an issue with Renegades and the lightsabers and stuff like that, are they just gonna just remove it from the game? I don't know. That's food for thought. Star Wars Galaxies, same deal. This time it ran for 8 years, 2003 to 2011, but was almost immediately replaced by Star Wars: The Old Republic, which continues to make content to this day. And this is Star Wars. We'll see Star Wars games forever, and you will. Even if they run this franchise to the ground, which they are trying. I think they've made more bad games now than they made good. I think Jedi Survivor was probably the last like real name brand game that really people celebrated. Unfortunately, Star Wars Battlefront, they finally fixed it, but at the detriment of its reputation, so no one touches that game anymore. But here it's really good now. Especially after all the egregious monetization and all that jazz being removed. So again, another example of corporate gaming's ruining games because they're greedy. Final Fantasy 11, before the great saga of the Final Fantasy 14, we had somewhat similar attempt with the Final Fantasy 11 MMO, which required a monthly subscription, as was common in those days, and it ran from 2002 to 2015 in earnest. This one may not count, however, as it still gets some updates and still has some players, even though it was mostly replaced by the still healthy Final Fantasy 14. The only games I can think of as of new IPs that comes close to a somewhat similar situation are Cities of Heroes and Club Penguin, which ran 8 and 12 years respectively, although City of Heroes live on through private servers. First off, I don't think you can even compare to a real MMO. Destiny's not an MMO. It is a looter shooter multiplayer game that has a Halloween mask that has MMO, it's MMO light. It's not a real MMO. And unfortunately, they started adding some features that were MMO, but they never full sent it, which has always been my problem. I would have loved to see what Destiny would have turned out if it was a true blue MMO, had all the bells and whistles and everything you see in an MMO. But we will never know. Yay. Also, Club Penguin being mentioned is the throwback. And of course, there are many filled Destiny likes, Anthem, Marvel's Avengers, and such. But those lifespans were no more than a couple years at best. They were never hits in the first place. I suppose you could say Destiny 2 is not over just because updates are done, given that servers are still alive and it will be indefinite, but it's over. No. If your game is no longer getting service while it's live, it's dead. It's dead. It's not getting any general updates. In fact, if it's not even getting patches, it's dead. It's dead, Jim. It's dead. Now you can enjoy it in its state of corpse decay, and we say that because we don't know how long it will be up and running, especially if Bungie digs its own grave and buries themselves. The servers will go off. So, here's a hint. Maybe don't spend anything at the Eververse store because your money might literally be flushed down the toilet. There's only so much to play when there are no more updates coming for a live service game. Counter its very nature. And the other part of this is that Destiny was not part of some mega IP like Marvel, Star Wars, or Final Fantasy, which could immediately make multiple other games using those worlds. Destiny as a whole appears to be dead for the foreseeable future, with no Destiny 3 greenlit or close to it, and no other IP projects in the works, as Bungie has been thrown into turmoil. The only thing remotely related to this is the mobile game Destiny Rising, made by NetEase, and has effectively no involvement from Bungie or Sony, and may not be long for this world. Yeah, people keep thinking that Sony and Bungie have something to do with Destiny Rising. They don't. They got feedback from Bungie because they're using the obviously assets, but Destiny Rising is its own thing. So Bungie can go bye-bye and Destiny Rising could still exist, right? Unironically, Destiny Rising might be the only way to see new Destiny. Destiny Rising to me is like the what if of the franchise, of what you could possibly see. And we've already seen people praise Destiny Rising for better raids than Destiny 2, or at least some of the encounters, including like the improvement of Crota's End. You had day one raiders praising the content. The problem being it's a mobile game, so it's not going to scratch the itch the same way, a PC console game would. Who knows? Maybe NetEase will do something since Bungie can, has no influence. Maybe they can make some magic and we can see NetEase make Destiny. I would give them a chance. They've done nothing that I've seen that ruined, the franchise. Destiny Rising is a banger. Just a mobile game. That's the only thing holding me back. There are so many other similar games that have simply continued to exist indefinitely, despite their ups and downs. WoW, obviously, but The Division 2, Warframe, Fallout 76, The Elder Scrolls Online, Borderlands, Guild Wars, Black Desert Online, EVE Online, and the list goes on and on. I'm going to call out the bullshit. Borderlands should not be on this. Borderlands is not a live service game, even though that they try to play the lines. I hate it, and it's one of my biggest criticisms because they try to treat Borderlands like it is a live service game, but you can play offline and it's a single player game with co-op. And that's my beef, is that they try to treat it like it's a live service game when it's not. It's not it has DLC that you can buy. They do patches, which really piss me off, but you can mod the hell out of the game and play how you want. It is not a live service game. Technically, Crimson Desert does the same thing, but they've done more positives than nerfing, in my opinion. They've made the game a lot more fun. Borderlands, they kind of sucked the room out for me. So, but everything else, Division 2, like pretty popular still. Warframe, digital streams popping off. Fallout 76 is a surprise to me. I've heard nothing but good things about 76 after its disastrous launch. It has a cult following. I've never played Eve and I've never played Black Desert, so I have no idea. The claim here is always about the unsustainable cost of Destiny, but nearly all MMOs have a high cost to some extent, and these games have been able to figure it out even with declining smaller player bases. The fact that Destiny has been erased as an entire series is truly bizarre, no matter what justifications are given. I think a big reason that MMOs is one, you take WoW, they're subscription based, and two, there is heavy monetization, which I have always said, I am okay with monetization in games that are either free to play, or two, what you're buying into, the content that you purchase is worth the equal or more value than what you would spend in the store. Destiny became a point where some of the best looking gear was not in the end game, you know, or in the game at all outside of the shopping mall. When the shopping mall is the only place, and even like, I'm gonna call it out, Salvation's Edge, one of the final big story beat raids, like was biggest one. People are like, oh my God, we're fighting the Witness. The armor was dog shit. Literally, your guy looks like a fucking mosquito.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Like absolute dog shit. We should have had this epic light darkness armor. Like it should have been popping, but you look like a fucking mosquito with shower curtains. Like I don't understand why the best shit again went into the store. It's like, why? So, you know, that's I don't like microtransactions because it ruins the game when you're not even like, you feel like, why do I care about this loot? It looks bad. But that's a whole rant for another time. Yeah, I think a lot of people are very confused that a lot of people have had a lot of love for Destiny 2. Or let me correction, Destiny. A lot of people left Destiny 2. People are ready to move on from Destiny. And I think that's a qualifier here, is that people don't want Destiny 2 to continue. They want Destiny as a franchise to continue. They are not saying, you know, they're not on the street saying, we want Destiny 2 to continue to live. No, people are okay if Destiny 2 dies with the stipulation that we get a Destiny 3 in the future. Like, okay, we know you, in order to make Destiny 3, Destiny 2 has to come to an end eventually, because you can't funnel resources constantly into a game and build another one at the same time, because look what happens. Because perfect example is Marathon. All the funds going to Marathon, and Destiny suffered because of it. So that's like a perfect example. Now, if you want to take all the funds from Marathon and fund Destiny 3, go ahead. That game's already dead anyway, so you might as well funnel into Destiny 3. But there's no green light. There's nothing for Destiny. Sony hates Destiny. The leaders of Bungie hate Destiny. They just hate everything, to be honest. They're ready to jump off the parachute with their, you know, with their pockets full of cash. They're trying to join up, you know, with Pete and then compare exotic cars. That's their goal, right? All right, you came to the end of the video, which means you're ready for good news. I have spent... have I spent or have you spent? I don't know. The good news. Are you ready? Since you waited to the end, you get to find out that you won a $6,000 PC. Oh my God! Thanks, Bob. Okay, you didn't win it. Sorry. Don't actually be like, okay, where do I sign up? Where's my PC? Sorry, there's gonna be a lot, like 2,000 of you guys, maybe 1,000 of you watching this video, be like, where's my PC, dog? It's mine. I want it for my... No, sorry, I know, big bait. You got baited. Haha, baited. You can call me a masturbator. God dang, why you need that? Because we're uplifting the production value. I'm going from, you know, from a 3 PC setup for streaming and editing to now 4. No, hold on. Technically, the laptop, a lot of these are just projecting, stream and stuff. I got one's a laptop technically, so one's a gaming laptop that's not being used. But I will get a new rig that's going to be up top of the line. Everything's up to date. 64 RAM. Oh, got 2 terabyte solid state drives. I forgot what the graphics card. I bought them. I just clicked the most expensive graphics card, the most up-to-date one. That thing's in the rig too. So it's going to be great for editing, not editing because I'm not editing with it. It's going to be great for streaming and gaming. It's going to be the mother of all gaming rigs for me. But the old Bessie here, the old gaming rig right here, is now going to be full-time editing. And it's going to be projecting the stream, but it's going to be full-time. And then the laptop and the third PC, which is this one right here, is going to be moved into the green screen studio, which I'm starting to clean it out so we can have the studio. And the reason why is I'm wanting to direct, my hope is that we might get to a point where I use the studio in live streams where we can transition from one computer for the live stream to the other, and I could do green screen skits live. I know that's ambitious, but my goal is to link into the other room where I can edit, I can record, and I can stream from that PC over there to this main setup, and I could do it live. Very ambitious. I have ambitious goals. I know. And I thank you guys, because you guys supporting the channel has enabled me. By the way, just so you know, that's $6,000. That's not upfront. I'm doing it loan. I'm being loaned. I'm paying a loan, which you guys watching the channel supports that. I was, I'm not gonna lie. I was tempted to do like a GoFundMe, like, hey, support the fund. But I was like, no, I have morally, I don't like that, because I feel like there's people who are in more need than I am. And I would rather them do that. And the last thing I would like also is someone to like donate $5,000, dollars. Not saying that they would, but there might be a sugar mama daddy out there, I don't know, that would donate that much. Then I would feel compelled if they showed up in the stream like, hey, I gave you $5,000. I want you to do X, Y, and Z, or play X, Y, and Z. And I don't want to feel obligated to have, because they did all that I feel obligated to have to like cater to them. I don't want to know that. Then I was also thinking about Patreon, which Patreon's a little bit more base because it's just my community. It's not just random people donating. It's just the people. I don't know. But anything to support the channel, I appreciate it. Very rarely do I ever ask for support like that. In general, I think I'm okay right now with you supporting by just watching the channel, clicking like on the channel, sharing videos. I think that's good enough. I mean, I am steady enough. I've gotten to the point with the channel of it growing slowly but surely that you guys are supporting it, so I can take the funds I make from YouTube and immediately use that to pay throughout. Like, it'll take like a year and a couple months to pay off the PC, which is pretty nice. But I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that if it wasn't for you guys supporting the channel, because all the YouTube funds can go directly into paying off the PC, and I can do some cool stuff in the future. Like, I'm very ambitious. I want to try new things. And I know this is a little ranting at the end, which is why it's at the end for those that actually give a rip. I do appreciate you guys. And I want to try new creative things. I want to be creative. I want to get more, like I said, more into the skit stuff. I have no idea how I'm going to make it work. I'm still brainstorming. I'm still, in the process of trying things. But I do thank you guys, because this is only possible because of you. Watching little old me, yippity yap 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 Claxton. But I do want to experiment. I do want to stream more, which if I can get the 5 gig working, the new computer will work with 5 gigs. It will be a powerhouse. My goal is to up the streamage, especially on YouTube, to 4K streaming. That is my goal. It's ambitious, but I want to record and stream at 4K volume in the presentation. That's the goal. Twitch is capped at 1080, so it doesn't matter. But I also, this is another thing, I want to try to do multi-streaming. Like I want to stream to Twitch, try Rumble, Kick, whatever. I want to stream with 5 gig. I should be able to stream easily to multiple platforms from my PC. And so that's my thought, that's my goal, that's my plan, is to just expand. Even heck, I'll even stream to TikTok. I'm going to expand the channel and just, we're gonna dive into it, and I'm going to try to, you know, do more than just talk about Destiny and stuff. This is my ambitious plan. We are making our way to 10K subscribers. That's my personal goal. That's all. That's really what I want. After that, the only goal I would ever put is 100K. 100K, but I'm happy. If I can hit 10K, I'll be happy, because that's like, not very many people hit 10K. Not very many hit 10K, especially as a part-time, not even like a part-time, just, it's part-time. Let's be honest, I do videos enough that they're part-time, but I think a lot of the videos that I cover or do are mostly reacts. The videos that matter the most to me are the ones when I take the time to edit. And that was where I feel like, okay, I'm providing some, outside of my opinions and my thoughts, outside of that, I feel like editing provides a little bit more substance to consume. But I do appreciate you guys. I've yapped long enough. Again, that's why it's at the end. I appreciate you. Hit the like button, comment down, and subscribe to the channel for more as we make our journey to 10K. I need to put like a page or a bar to show us where we're at. Yeah. All right. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until next time, game out.